This video is about simplifying expressions that involve square roots. And we're going to work on three specific problems. First problem, square root of 48. Now, what you should probably do in trying to simplify square roots is to focus on, in your table of powers, the powers that are perfect squares. And what you look for in this list, 4, 9, 16, 25, etc., is do any of these perfect square numbers divide evenly into 48? And what you should do is look for the largest possible, and you might get an idea that 16 divides evenly into 48. Get your calculator out, check it out, and you see that yes, 16 divides evenly into 48 three times, which means you can rewrite 48 as the product of 16 and 3. Since 16 is a perfect square, this becomes 4 root 3. This is the final answer. Now, in the second problem, we're going to use this same procedure several times in a row. Root 75 minus 2 root 27 plus 5 root 300. Now, in each radical, you look for perfect squares that might divide into the number which is inside the radical symbol. In the first case, 25 divides evenly into 75 three times, which means you can rewrite that radical in this way. Minus 2 times 9 divides evenly into 27 three times. And finally, 100 divides evenly into 300 three times. Now, each of these perfect squares can be taken outside of the radical. The square root of 25 is 5, so 5 root 3, minus 2 times the square root of 9 is 3, root 3. The remaining non-square term stays inside the radical, plus 5 times square root of 100 is 10, 10 root 3. This is 5 root 3 minus 6 root 3 plus 50 root 3, which is altogether 49 root 3. Final answer. On the third example, which will involve a fraction, we're going to use a specific method which involves the conjugate of this denominator. Usually in simplifying such expressions, you're not allowed to have a radical in the denominator, in this case the root 6. So what you do is multiply both the numerator and the denominator by what's called the conjugate of the denominator. So 3 minus root 6 has as a conjugate 3 plus root 6. So we're going to multiply the numerator and denominator by this amount. So 12 distributed onto 3 plus root 6 becomes 36 plus 12 root 6. Now, in working out the denominator, you'll see why the conjugate was chosen. You do the 3 times 3, 9, and here's the magic. 3 times root 6 will cancel negative root 6 times 3. So you won't have any middle terms. And finally, negative root 6 times positive root 6 is minus 6. So, moving to the next step, simplifying the denominator, 36 plus 12 root 6 over 3. Since 36 and 12 can both be divided by 3, you do that, and you get as a result 12 plus 4 root 6. Final answer.